This is what most garage workshops look like, where you can barely walk. But what if I told you it only takes 24 hours to completely transform it? How's it going, guys? My name is Jason and this is Learn, Build, Repeat. In the next 10 minutes, I am going to show you how I am maximizing every single square inch of my 2-car garage to create a functional workshop. Let me show you what I've figured out so far. Trust me, you're not gonna wanna miss it. Okay, to start with, I picked up this power tool holder from Amazon for about 50 bucks. The link's down in the description if you're interested. This is gonna let me get my power tools off the floor where they have been living rent-free for way too long. I mounted some 1x4 pine strips to the wall first, and then I mounted the holder to that. Nothing fancy, but it'll get my tools off the ground and organized until I get my permanent cabinets installed. Okay, it's in. It's going to be a temporary storage for a lot of my DeWalt tools. It doesn't look the best and it is not the most sturdy, but I just need it for a while before I can build out my cabinets, which are eventually going to be going into the shop. So with that done, let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be wall control, which I'm going to put right over here, leaving about 9 feet on that far wall so I can store 8-foot boards. Now that my power tools are handled, let's get my hand tools organized. I'm reusing these wall control panels from my old shop. These are perfect for storing frequently used hand tools, and just like before, I'm mounting 1x4 pine strips to get a nice solid backing. Okay, the wall control is in. For those who don't know, it's essentially like a metal pegboard, the MDF pegboard that you can buy at Home Depot. It's like a metal version of that, and so it doesn't have all those issues that MDF have where you can rip it out. It's very strong, it's very durable, lasts a long time, and it comes with all these different like setups that came with the actual wall control unit itself for hanging stuff or making shelves and whatnot. And it lasts a long time. You don't have to worry about like destroying it. If you guys are interested in this garage organization technique, I'll have a link below in the description. Okay, with that said, it's on to the next thing. Okay, here's the next thing I'm gonna be setting up in the shop. This is a Wen air filtration system. And I think that I've waited too long to get one of these, frankly. I need something in the shop to like filter out the fine dust because I actually work my full-time job right there, and that's where I do all my editing right now. So this thing is pretty important because I spend a lot of time in this garage and I want to make sure that this air is pretty clean because I'm breathing it all the time. So we're going to set this up and I will do an update video on the channel later on in a couple months letting you know my thoughts on it. Because for this unit right here, I got it for $120 on a Black Friday deal from Amazon. So I'm not sure if it's actually going to work. It's very cheap and I'm a little bit skeptical. So I don't want to do a full review right now because obviously I don't know, but I want to let you guys know at some point. Okay, so with all that said, let's actually unbox it and install it somewhere up there. Okay, I just took it out of the box. First impressions, it's actually quite heavy. I don't know, it's probably like 40 pounds, I'd say, thereabouts. Yeah, it seems fairly well built. I mean, it is Wen, so I know it's like a crappy Chinese brand, but no reason not to actually take a look. So this is the filter. These things pop back. And it looks like it's a 2-stage filter. It's got that extra, I guess it's the fine. This is the medium, whatever. Yeah, so first impressions look pretty favorable. Not disappointed about it at all. It also comes with some hooks and some chain to set it up, and we'll be doing that in a moment. And here's what it sounds like running on a low setting. Okay, that was a quick win. It was easy to set up, easy to get in there. I'm gonna let it run for a couple months before I actually give my final verdict on it. But with that being done, it's on to the next thing. So we're doing a shop setup. I need to set up this shop utility sink into this right there. This, I actually don't know what you call it, the plumbing rough-in. Never done this before. Hopefully I don't flood the house. But yeah, let's do it. As this is my first time installing any kind of sink, and this should be interesting, I started off by unboxing everything and doing a quick test fit to figure out what we're dealing with. I ended up having to make another quick run to Lowe's for some extra plumbing parts, but I feel like that's pretty normal for any project. Okay, it fits now, but there's a gap along the sides, so I might have to readjust things. So I'm gonna try and level this out. It comes with these little leveling feet, but it doesn't quite go all the way out to the height I need. So I'm gonna take these ones out completely. Okay, next I am going to attach this guy with whatever this PVC weld primer thing is. Not primer, it's PVC cement. Okay, so what I just realized is this P-trap isn't gonna fit like I intended it to do, so let me show you. So if it goes like this, right? So if this guy's on here, there's no way I'm gonna, like, you see, there's like an inch of space between the two. They're so close. They're like so close. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get this guy close enough, I don't think. So what I might need to do is I might need to put this sideways like this, and then have this guy kind of shoot out over here, which means that I need to move this whole thing left to right a little bit. Okay, the test fit is done and it looks like everything's gonna line up. Next is to actually install the drain. For that, I'm going to be using some of this plumber's putty to do that. Never done this before, so let's give it a shot. All right, let's turn on this water for the first time, see if it leaks. I wonder if it will shoot out the cold. Okay, water's coming out there. All right, I'm just gonna let it run for a moment. Okay, I just turned it off after letting it run for like a minute and it has no leaks. Let's finish this up. I'm taking off the Teflon because there's gaskets already in these ones. Hey guys, it's Jason from the future. I've had this sink now installed for about a month and it has been a game changer. It makes cleaning up paint and stains so much easier and I don't have to use the kitchen sink. And the best part is there's no leaks. All right, let's continue with the shop setup. Okay, the next project is to tackle this mess right here. It's all my lawn equipment, some clamps and whatnot, all just kind of sitting there. I need to get these out of the shop. Yes, even the clamps, I have plans for them in the future, but for now, I just need to get them out of the shop, probably somewhere outside. So I am going to make a box that I can sit on the rocks on the side of my house. It's not the best solution, but it's the best solution I have for now. And to do this, I just came back from Lowe's and I have 3 sheets of plywood and I got a new styrofoam board so I can support it while I cut. It's a 3/4 inch, I believe that's birch. And I'm just gonna make a giant long box so I can fit as much of that crap in there as I can. So let's get started. Now, since I don't have a table saw yet, I had to use my track saw to break down all the materials. This build took 3 sheets of plywood, 3 pieces of 1x4 trim, 4 concealed hinges, 2 heavy duty handles, 1 gallon of exterior flat paint, and 20 feet of weather stripping. Overall, this build was pretty straightforward. I just had to wrestle around those large panels. I started by cutting everything to size, then assembling with pocket holes and screws, adding the trim, and then finishing it off with paint and hardware. One thing I learned because of where I placed those hinges is that I needed to use a piece of wood to prop the lid open. Not ideal, but it works. Let me show you how it turned out. Thankfully, my father-in-law Rob was visiting at this time and was able to help me move this beast outside. It weighs around 200 pounds and that definitely is not a one-person job. So here it is in its new home, and I've already filled it up with lawn equipment and a bunch of other items. Okay, the box is in, it's looking fantastic. I was able to clean up my shop and get rid of all my lawn equipment and move a bunch of those clamps out there. Check it out, completely empty. Still got a ways to go, but making progress. Okay, and the last thing I'm gonna do in this video is I need to get my miter saw. You see that miter saw right there? I need to get it off my workbench because it has to be completely empty. So I bought this guy for $79 on Amazon, and I'm gonna set it up for my miter saw. It's a miter saw stand, $79. Let's see if it works. If it works, I'll recommend it. If not, well, then I won't. So let's get that set up and continue with the shop setup. And here's the final result. I was able to put the dust collection cart underneath it, nicely tucked away and hooked up to a vacuum switch. This is gonna make my miter cuts so much easier and cleaner in the future. And that's a wrap on this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.